Mariners lose game 2 versus the New York Yankees, but they extend top prospect Colt Emerson and break a record for an extension on a player of his caliber. Oh my gosh, we got to break it down. Guys, my name is Sam Edwards here on Mariners Daily. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure you freaking subscribe if you like daily Mariners content. Yeah, Colt Emerson, 8 years, $95 million with a club option for a ninth year set at $25 million. Like I said, they broke a record for a player that has not made their MLB debut. They spent the most amount of money. Jackson Chourio is the next guy, and that was last year, 8 years, $82 million on the Milwaukee Brewers. They're kind of famous for this at this point. They also signed top prospect shortstop Cooper Pratt to an 8-year, $50 million deal. Those are the next two highest money deals. Now, Chourio's deal can technically max out higher than Colt Emerson's can. His deal can max out at 140. Emerson's deal can max out at 130. So there is that little caveat. The ceiling is higher in terms of money wise. But Emerson is officially locked up, baby. And we've got our shortstop of the future. We knew we did, but to lock him down for 8 years is fantastic, and it also means that he's probably getting called up sooner rather than later, which adds a little bit of a wrinkle in this like middle infield here, man. Like, and I'm also just shocked that we are willing to not willing to trade Cole Young. I think that's what has me surprised. This deal just feels like it means a lot more. I know we knew he was a top player, and we knew that he was going to make his debut, this season, but at the same time, it just feels like this extension proves how much they believe in him and proves how much they want to invest in this player. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of experience still, and I'm still of the mindset that we need him to get a good amount of time into spring training for him to like prove that he is ready to go for the major leagues, because he just does not have a lot of time above high A. So it's like, let's give him some time. Let's take a breath. Let's take a moment here and let him cook a little bit in the minors, and let him, develop. 8 years, $95 million is nothing to scoff at. And it's honestly awesome just to see the Mariners be willing to be so aggressive. And no, this doesn't guarantee that Cole Emerson is going to be a star or that he's going to be even a very good player. But it proves that they believe in him. They believe in him to this extent, and they're willing to take this risk. $95 million is not nothing. It's more than they paid Josh Naylor. So it's like, and yes, I know it's over a longer period of time, but still, big investment. Big investment breaks the record. Sorry, just hit the table. Breaks the record for a player to not make his MLB debut. This is the most amount of money. Huge, absolutely huge. It's an $8 million signing bonus. This year he's gonna make $1 million. 2027 he's gonna make 2 million. 2028 he's gonna make 9, and then from 2029 through 2033 he's gonna make between 12 and $18 million. And then there's also a club option for $25 million, which I think is honestly pretty fair. I mean, 25 is pretty expensive for one season, but at that point, you expect him to be, solidified on this team as that shortstop, as that star. And yeah, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to see him debut. I'm so excited to see him, play out as a player. It does get me a little worried just with how Mariners fans can be overly critical, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, overly critical of players, especially with the amount of money that they get paid. So we still have JP Crawford. Still have JP Crawford on the team. He's going to a rehab assignment right now. I believe in AAA. So they'll be at the same level. So that's great. Yeah. JP's still on the team. He's still got 1 year left in his deal. And I'm okay with that. I'm still okay with that. I don't need JP Crawford off this team, but it puts more pressure on him. It puts more pressure on Cole Young. It puts more pressure on everyone involved. I don't think it puts as much pressure on Brendan Donovan because we know, how legit he is. But we also know the cold moments that JP Crawford can go through in a season. Even though at the end you can look at the stat line, you can look at the WAR, you can look at the runs created plus. As a stat guy myself, I understand the pitfalls that can happen there. That you look at the player as a whole at the end, and you go, "Oh yeah, he's a good player. He's a decent player. He's good enough. He gets the job done." But JP Crawford has those moments where he is the best, and then the moments where he is the worst. And those moments when he's the worst, those are tough. Those are tough to sit through. So maybe there's more pressure on those situations, on those times when he's the worst, because now we have a guy in Emerson who we can bring right up and either play shortstop, play third base, play second base, wherever you want him to play. And now there's pressures on. So let's get it done, baby. This is the depth that you want. This is the move that you want. Love to see it. Let's get into the game recap here. Like I said, we did drop game 2 versus the New York Yankees. Now, the Yankees are a very, very legit team. I mean, this is, as legit as it gets. And you're facing Max Fried, who is, one of the best pitchers in the AL and the best pitcher on the Yankees right now. Now that Garrett Cole is injured still. He's solid. Yeah, he's just a solid team. Got the job done. We couldn't. We could not. Couldn't get the job done. Gilbert looked, I would say, fine. I mean, it was a little bit of a struggle, I think. And it was mainly, I think, with the four seam spots. I think he was just missing the zone a little too much. Pitched 5 1/3 innings, 5 earned runs, 7 hits, 3 walks, 6 Ks, 14 whiffs on the day for Gilbert, 34 CSW percentage, which is good, man. He was getting it done. I think he got a little unlucky in this start, and I don't think I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Gilbert. Um, Maybe we were hoping slash expecting him to take that next step, and I don't know if we're seeing that yet. Obviously, anything can happen, and he was cruising through the middle innings there, but then ran into trouble again. Um, yeah, I it's a tough start to analyze because if you go by pitch, it doesn't look that bad. Four seam, he threw 35% of the time, got 4 whiffs, 7 called strikes, good for a 32.4 CSW percentage, which is called strikes plus whiffs. It's just combining it together. 64.7 strike percentage overall, which is good, but not amazing. Last year, we saw that around a 72% strike percentage. So fastball was just not as in the zone, which made him have to rely on other pitches, which just aren't as good. They're still fine. I think they could still get the job done to a certain extent, but they're not that great. Now, the splitter did get the whiffs that you expect, 5 whiffs on an 19 use percentage. 33.3 CSW on the splitter. The cutter was the third most used pitch, not as used as his first start, not as high of a usage. It was down to 14% this time, which I think is kind of where it's supposed to be. This was a weird one in terms of the cutter and the slider because they kind of traded roles here. The cutter got 3 whiffs, only a 21 CSW percentage, though, 64 strike percentage, which is good, but also 3 whiffs is nice, but no called strikes is a little weird, especially for the cutter. Now the slider threw it 13% of the time, got 1 whiff, 5 called strikes. Such a weird little flip-flop situation. The cutter got 3 whiffs, no called strikes. The slider got 1 whiff, 5 called strikes. Good for a 46 CSW percentage. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that's a usage thing or what's the deal, or maybe, Pitcher List, the website I use to look up a lot of these pitch by pitch stats, and I highly recommend you do too. Um, Maybe they got switched up in terms of what the speed of each pitch, but the slider's a little bit slower than the cutter. Like the cutter's around 91 miles an hour, and the slider is like 87, I think. So there's a decent enough difference there. I don't know what's going on there. The 5 called strikes on the slider is nice, but it's not exactly what the pitch is used for necessarily. And then the curve did well enough. 11.6 use percentage, 1 whiff, 3 called strikes, 36 CSW percentage. Pitch by pitch, like I said, it's not that bad. And then you watch the game, Then you watch the start and you see a Stanton bloop single that just gets plopped into right field. You see the poor throw from Raleigh. I know it probably wouldn't have mattered necessarily, but we also saw an amazing throw from Cal Raleigh, like a absolute dart, bro. Amazing. So it's like I understand there's the good and the bad. You gotta take both. Totally understand it. Cal did make an amazing throw in the second to get Bellinger, and then threw one into center field in the sixth inning, trying to get Bellinger again, and it just didn't work out this time. So I get it. I still like Cal. I like these early season games where it's like something bad happens, and I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm not. Everybody calm down. Because I'm not worried necessarily. It's only a couple games in, what is it, 6 games in? My gosh, take a breath here. Let's get to the offense though, and it just couldn't get it done, man. And there was still good stuff to look at. Naylor, Julio, some guys still made Randy making good contact. Julio had a single in the seventh inning, 107 miles an hour exit velocity. He had a ground out in the fourth inning, which was 106 miles per hour exit velocity. That was a ground out because the launch angle was a negative 18. Tough to get a hit when your launch angle is a negative 18. But he's hitting the ball hard, and that is what is important. Naylor had grounded into a double play in the seventh inning to get him and Julio out. That was 106 miles per hour off the bat of Julio. Like, we are still making some good contact on offense. It just we could not get it done. And listen, Max Fried is dope, and he's tough to go against for sure. So I'm okay with this. Yes, I would like Robles or Refsnyder to be able to get it done versus the lefty starter, but this isn't just any lefty starter. It's freaking Max Fried. So I get it. We had a moment in that seventh inning, the ground ball double play from Naylor. It just, it deflates you a little bit, and it's a bummer. And you see Wilcox come in, who pitched well, and I'll get to them in a second, but give up that single to Chaz. Maybe we should just call him Chaz. Jazz Chisholm single to right field, scores the fifth run that was against Gilbert. So listen, I'm okay with Gilbert. The offense is a little rough right now. Our stars are not really getting it done yet. Naylor got his first hit of the season finally. So it's like we're still trying to break through a little bit. And I think lefty starters are going to be maybe a little bit of our kryptonite unless guys like Robles and guys like freaking Refsnyder get going a little bit. Okay. We're going to need to get going because we need those role players to pick us up a little bit when our stars are not doing so. So that's my take on the offense. It could always be improved, of course, but we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a deep lineup still, and I still believe in us. It's Max Fried. Let's take a breath. Now the bullpen, like I said, Cole Wilcox did come in, give up that single to Jazz Chisholm to score a run, but besides that, he was pretty shut out for 2 innings of work. Only gave up 2 hits, 3 Ks. Good for Cole Wilcox, man. I mean, good for him. He looked good. Casey Legumina came in after him, pitched an inning and 2/3, 1 strikeout, no hits, no walks, no runs. It's not bad, bro. And then even if you look at Sunday, Cooper Criswell comes in for 3 shutout innings, 2 hits given up, 3 Ks, like also gets the job done. So like I'm feeling not bad about our bullpen right now. Our guys that you're not expecting anything from are getting the job done. Now Criswell, I mean, I will say Criswell was like coming into a game after Hancock had just dealt. So that was the pressure that was on him. But Wilcox and Legumina are coming in at spots where there's not much expected of them. We're down 5-0. We're not expecting to win this game. So very low leverage innings here from Wilcox and Legumina. So let's take a breath. It's not like they're coming in, it's not like Wilcox coming in the eighth inning in a 1-run game. Like, no, Yeah, it's not that great. It's not that great, but they did get the job done. So I was happy they kept us in the game. Our offense couldn't pick us up. That's just the situation here. And then our top leverage guys, I mean, we've seen Spire get roughed up before. I don't want to judge him too hard on that. I still think he's a very good pitcher. Same with Bizardo. Let's take a breath. Still early in the season. Let's enjoy it while we have it. And let's just keep moving, baby. All right, guys. I'll see you back tomorrow. Make sure you freaking subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow.